Arkansas State leads the league for now, but there's a huge logjam for second place. Included in that, the two teams we see tonight. A big one in Mobile, as South Alabama hosts Marshall. You're watching Sunbelt Conference basketball on ESPN. Good Thursday, everybody. Pat Greenwood alongside Bart Heiss. Glad you are with us. And when you talk about two even teams here, South Alabama has 16 wins, Marshall has 15, and both of them are 8-4 in the conference.
Both of these teams are second in the Sun Belt, and these conference races are heating up right in the middle of the season, partner. Rebounding and free throw shooting will be the keys, in my opinion, tonight to see who can come out on top at the Mitch.
And let's take a look at impact players, and we're going to talk about some guys that have made impacts, especially lately. For Marshall, that's Nate Martin, the big fella.
Man, he is a space eater, but don't get it twisted. He will go score the basketball, averaging 9.8 points a game, 18 and 14 in the last game, almost 8 rebounds a game as well. He has toughness, and you better find a body on big number 41. He doesn't like to step out a lot, but he will attack the rim and gets to the free throw line as well. Good free throw shooter. Martin was a star of stars against Arkansas State.
Meantime, Barry Dunning has been a machine for South Alabama.
Yes, he has, and he also is a double-double guy. He likes to come off curl screens and make jump shots, as you can see. Has been stepping out from three-point range. Not shot it as well of late, but he does have 12.6 points per game, 2 double-doubles in 2 of the last 3. Attacks the rim, gets out in transition, and is a problem on the wing in the zone defensively for other teams. Barry Dunning needs to fly high tonight and shoot it well for the Jags.
And this is the 4th meeting between these two. South Alabama leads the series 2-1. South won by 6 last year in Huntington. Marshall's only other trip to Mobile came back in 1989 when they lost by 3. Head coach for Marshall in his first season is Corny Jackson. Joined the Marshall staff in the 17-18 season. Assistant at Cleveland State, UT Martin, and West Virginia State. He was a double-digit scorer as a player for the Thundering Herd. Going up against Richie Riley in his 7th season. At least 500 every year here at South Alabama. He used to be the head coach at Nichols and some pretty high-profile assistant jobs, Clemson, UAB, and Coastal Carolina. So we are ready to go in the Mitchell Center. Marshall wearing the greens tonight. South Alabama in the home whites. It'll be Dunning and Martin jumping center. The ball is in the air, and we are underway, and it's going to come right at us.
Make a play, partner.
How about that?
I like it. Just got hands out on the ball, hand in the passing lane to start the game. Partner's ready for this conference matchup.
I was making sure my computer didn't get hit. That's what, you know.
Yeah, you weren't worried about finishing the play. Yeah. You were worried about keeping the computer safe. I like that.
Self-preservation. That's all it
absolutely.
is.
Hey, it changes over time what the priorities are, and yours were right there, partner. Excellent job.
So it'll be Marshall that has the ball first. Take a look at their starters. It'll be Dezane Mingo, Michael Dawson, Obina Anachili Kellen, Nate Martin, and Jalen Spear. The first 5 for the Thundering Herd. And we are finally ready to go. And if you haven't seen South Alabama play this year, it'll be almost exclusively zone. It'll be Spear outside, playing some pitch and catch with Mingo. There's Spear going right baseline. Marshall's going to have some open threes tonight. Try to go inside.
Excellent.
And how about the great defense by South Alabama? Not a chance for Marshall to get the shot off.
And it was John Broome early, extending from the wing all the way out to the top to help the guards bump, if you will. And it was excellent defense all the way around. Shot clock violation is exactly how Richie Riley's team wanted to start.
Fossiero, Ormiston, Broome, Corey, and Barry Dunning, the 5 starters for South Alabama. First possession for the Jags. Working to our left. Just underway here in the Mitchell Center. It's going to be a good one. Two such evenly matched teams here.
And a good possession starting out for Marshall as well.
Good job by Broome to create the fake. Can't finish, though. Rebound goes to Marshall, and here comes the Thundering Herd. Go inside. Oh, nice move underneath. And Obina and Achille Kellen with the bucket. Talk to the Marshall radio guy. He says he just calls him Obina.
It's probably easiest, but he'll run the floor. Will number 25, as you see Miles Corey there with the nice finish, avoiding the shot blocker. I think you're going to see South Alabama really get Marshall outside, and so they don't have the shot blocker on the interior.
There's Obina again. Turnaround J is good. Averages 13.4 a game. Shooting 55% from the field coming into tonight. 100% right now. He's 2 for 2. Corey lost his footing. Ball goes out of bounds, though. He was bailed out. And South Alabama will control under their own basket.
Marshall is an experienced team, a lot of older guys. When you see that GR next to somebody's name, as you see here, just excellent hands, nice move, good footwork there by Anachili Killen. And Marshall defensively, though, on the perimeter, I think can guard South a little bit. I'm expecting to see South really start attacking the basket and go at these shot blockers and try to get them out of the game.
Good man-to-man defense. They were trying to get it to Miles Corey. He wasn't open. There's Dunning with the shot clock in single digits. And Dunning driving the lane, can't get it to go. A little bit of contact in there, but I like the fact that they are going to let him play early.
Yeah, and Richie Riley agrees with you. Thought that should have been a foul call. As you see the length of Anachili Killen there with the tip out, game-winning play.
We're going for the alley-oop. How about the block underneath by Broom? Get it to Martin. Martin can't convert.
Wow, South's active. South is active around the glass so far, partner.
So many opportunities for Marshall to score. They couldn't get it done. Now here comes South Alabama trying to cash in on the other end. I'm glad I'm not the statistician. I don't know how many shots that was.
I know, and how many, he has some deflections there. And
there's Fossey-Euro. Nice. Just beyond the free throw line, and we're tied at 4.
Yeah, and see, here's where I think Marshall can go score the basketball in transition. A lot of control there, but go try to score. You hear me say it all the time against South before that defense gets set up. This game is up tempo early, partner.
Ormiston, one-on-one, underneath, tries to go left hand, and it works. Elijah Ormiston in the scoring column.
With a little smooch off the glass. Little English to the left.
They've been trying for that alley-oop a couple of times, and now Killen foul. Goes down hard on that right shoulder. And here's hoping that young man's okay.
Yeah, it's be anxious to see, did he hit it coming down, or was that one of those where he tried to dunk it, got hit, and the force of the ball on the rim made all his momentum throw back? Either way, looks like he's going to be okay.
Yeah,
but
that's good.
Let's see here. Here comes the lob. As you see in the open court, it looked like he actually did land on it there. Yep. But I'm telling you, you can tell early two things. For South, Richie Riley has really talked about the fact that Marshall's the #1 shot blocking team in the conference. South is active around the basket. There's been a lot of opportunity at point blank range. Marshall has not been able to score it. And then you put Anachili Killen on the line here and you get a miss. So that's a productive foul, if you will. And on the other side, what I'm seeing from Marshall, they're going to get out and run, partner. They're really trying to focus on transition. When you're able to do that is when you get stops on defense. Watch Marshall really push the ball with all these senior guards and bigs that can run it on the misses.
1 of 2 from the free throw line is Anachili Killen. And it's 6-5, South Alabama Jags with the basketball. Dunning guarded by Martin. Goes past him and he'll get fouled. Martin didn't agree. But it will go on Martin, and Barry Dunning will go to the free throw line.
I think Corny Jackson might have a beef here. Look at this hook right here. That's a hook.
Yeah.
But the angle you see on that bottom side there, KB Burdett couldn't really see it. A couple of these guys had Marshall in that Arkansas State game, our officials tonight, and saw them when I was watching film earlier. And I love it when the officials come over, had a good conversation with them. KB Burdett, Bharat Ramanan, and Landon Brands. Really, really experienced officiating crew here.
Dunning, a 77% free throw shooter, hits them both, and the Jags have an 8-5 lead. So full court pressure by South, and you'll see that a good portion of the game defensively for South Alabama. And it's a very active zone, nothing passive about the way they play defense.
Yeah, and you see that time, excellent pass fake. You shall see that from an experienced player, Dawson. Pass faked John Broom as John Broom was coming to try to help. The offensive guard, Fossey-Euro, didn't have time to get back quick enough. Nice play by the senior. Heady shot.
Michael Dawson also has that GR next to him, a graduate student. So a lot of experience. He's coming from Akron.
South looks active in their cuts, partner.
There's Corey just inside the three-point line. Shot no good. Marshall going corner, too high. They're trying to get it to Jalen Spear, and the pass was just off the mark. And that'll take us to our under 16. 15 minutes, 52 seconds to go. First half, we're tied at 8 in Mobile.
If you want to improve your drive at 25, there's no better place to start than your local Ford store, where you'll always get more. And that includes choices, thanks to our extensive lineup of award-winning SUVs, including new 25 Explorers with $2,000 total cash, or 2024 Escapes with $4,000 total cash. Improve your drive at 25 and drive by your local Ford store today, where there's always more in store.
So we're down 34-0. Winning will be tough. That's why I brought in the ease specialist.
Right. Geico makes car insurance easy. With the Geico app, you can check your policy on the go and get access to 24/7 claim support.
Yeah! Let's make this easy!
You know, that felt a lot closer.
For car insurance made easy, get more with Geico.
Good morning.
I want to engage the team.
I want us to think really big on this one, guys.
I want to close this deal.
I love it.
Right?
What? Perfect right there.
Right?
I'm obsessed.
You got it, yes, yes.
Love your work.
Thank you.
Yes, I love that. Come on.
Welcome back to the Mitchell Center. South Alabama coming into this one losing 4 of their last 6, including getting swept by ULM, which was a bit of a shock to the South Alabama fans, but starting to play a little better is South Alabama. They did lose to Akron in that Sunbelt MAC Challenge. Meantime, Marshall's won 5 of their last 6, and boy, they had a big one against Arkansas State last Wednesday. Now, the drawback there, it was last Wednesday. They weren't part of that Sunbelt MAC Challenge, so it's been a week since they played.
Which is good and bad if you're going to use it for rest as possibly needed. As you see, Ormiston there going after Martin on the interior, and excellent help defense by the senior Dawson, just making another good play. I like number 23 in green. Watch him on the help right here. Excuse me. Actually, it was not.
Yeah, it was
Chile Killen.
Yep,
wow, looking like a guard with quickness.
He was the one that knocked it loose. And South Alabama doesn't turn the ball over very much. Jags coming in just averaging 9.5 turnovers a game. Shot is no good. There is Dunning skying for the rebound.
Young kids out there, go grab it. Don't reach.
Miles Corey.
Really nice action.
Ormiston with the finish, and it's 10-8. Jags on top.
Miles Corey throughout the course of this year has gotten better going left off that ball screen partner, because a lot of teams have forced him into that. That experience throughout this conference season of scouting has helped number 20 be able to create going that way and not just right.
Mingo going inside to Martin, turnaround jumper, not there. Rebound goes once again to Dunning. That's already 3 rebounds for Barry Dunning.
Yeah, and point-blank range there for Martin. Marshall will take that shot, but right now South is really active around the rim and on the glass, and that was an emphasis coming in for Coach Riley's team.
Broom gets it to Dunning. Lost control momentarily. Now the shot clock becoming a factor. Dunning will pull up from 3. Shot no good. There's Martin for the board. Well, 10-footer, no good from Chile Killen. He really wanted the foul call, and no such luck. Miles Corey, nobody's going to stop him. Yeah, you saw that speed from Miles Corey.
It's like a lane change on the interstate, you know, when you see that you've got to get off on Perry Hill Road or on Atlanta or on Airport Road, and you just have to ease over in through traffic. That's Miles Corey.
I mean, it was 1-on-3.
Oh, yeah.
He had no hesitation whatsoever.
Sniper.
Long 3 on the other side. Jalen Spear. He shoots 39% from 3-point range. Hits that one, and it's a 1-point game.
Yeah, and it's a catch-and-shoot set shot, but you can tell with the follow-through and how hard that one went in. The rotation, saw him on film. He is a really deadly shooter from behind the arc, is number 50.
Broom. Oh, what a pass to Fasiero. Great assist from John Broom.
South Alabama, the cutting has been exquisite tonight, and you got to do that against a high-level pressure perimeter team like Marshall defensively.
They'll try another three for the baseline, and again, it's good. Obina kind of looked at the Jags bench as he put it down and said, yeah, I can do that too.
Yeah, he doesn't shoot a lot of them, but made 10 of them on the year, and so he will step out in the course of time, but just I didn't realize how much Anachili Killen was going to play like a guard and then be such a big shot blocker, rim protector. But right now, South's going around him or through him and Martin on the interior.
Big bucket for Dunning. He's got 4. Dawson for 3 on the other side, and Dawson hits it. If Marshall hits their threes, could be a long night for South Alabama.
Yeah, or you've got to match those threes as well. And right now, South's offense is clicking, so is Marshall's. Just a good back and forth. These teams are figuring each other out. Just a good start to a great conference battle.
There's a cutting Ormiston off the glass, gets behind Michael Dawson and puts it in.
And one thing that the cutting does, it takes away that shot blocker, because you're never seeing 25 inside the lane to where he's able to protect the rim. All these cuts are coming with him out on the perimeter.
And Chili Killen has 8. Miss there. There's Dunning with another board, or another bucket, I should say, and it's 20-17 Jags.
Like the demeanor of South Alabama. It's a very business-like mentality and approach so far. Up 3 going into the 12.
11.5 to play first half. It's South Alabama 20, Marshall 17. A lot of substitutions coming next on ESPN+.
All right, gentlemen, turn your attention to the court and welcome the Powers featuring
I'm Hall of Famer Robert Dr. Doom Brazil. Make the Cart Doctor your only stop for a new or used cart or cart repair. They are the only new Yamaha golf cart dealer in Mobile. The Jags put in their work right here. Let the Cart Doctor do their work for you. The Cart Doctor, a proud sponsor of South Alabama athletics. Go Cart Doctor and go Jags.
Buying from local farms has turned healthy eating into an adventure for the kids.
Beef tastes even better when you know the farmers who raise it. I love a good steak, and it's nice knowing that our local ranchers are helping our environment.
I do like a little honey in my tea. Keeping my money in the local economy by buying from Alabama farmers makes it taste even sweeter.
Bring the farm to your home. Discover what's growing near you at sweetgrownalabama.org.
Keeping you in the game or getting you back to the game, USA Health Sports Medicine has the people to do both. Led by internationally known physicians and surgeons, the team of health professionals focuses on injury prevention, treatment, and recovery. Backed by the resources of the area's only academic health system, we are compassionate providers, scientists, and educators who produce clinical results that guide the industry to improve injury prevention and outcomes. We are there when you need us most.
The Marshall comes in with a lot of guys spreading the wealth when it comes to scoring. 4 players coming into tonight in double figures. All of them were starters. Anachili Killen at 13.4. There's Dawson, there's Mingo, there's Spear. But the difference tonight so far has been something we haven't seen a whole lot of from South Alabama. Points in the paint.
Well, and I think that might have been one of the reasons that you saw Coach Riley not go with Brady to start, went with the bigger lineup with Ormiston. But South is just attacking the rim. That is 18 points of 22 in the first 9 minutes in the paint against the top shot blocking team in the conference.
And this is a South Alabama team that likes to fire up the threes as well. We haven't seen them attack inside a lot, but boy, it's working so far.
it's physicality. In this time of year, you have to be physical with all the teams that you play, but especially the teams that are supposed to be more physical and longer than you. It's basically you're going and hitting that boxer right in the mouth, box the brawler, and don't be afraid to get in the ring. Don't be afraid to mix it up. And South right now, even though with that turnover, I like the way this starts going for the Jags, though.
Fricks and Gibbs into the lineup for Marshall. 4 new players for South. You got Cooper, Wheat, Brown, and Brady in the South Alabama lineup.
And to that point, partner, Marshall is not, as you see, Coach Corny Jackson played in every single game that he ever played at Marshall, right? And started every single game. There's not many guys that can say that, but the toughness of this South team and the depth of this South team as Marshall doesn't go as deep. As you see the sniper, Spear missing.
There's Dunning with his 4th rebound. To get it to Judah Brown. He loves the 3. Can't get it to go, though, back of the iron. There's Spear moving it up the floor quickly. Right baseline, splitting the defenders. Nice block by South Alabama's Brady. And Brady will get the tie-up. Possession arrow goes to South Alabama. Well, the top shot blocking team in the conference just got blocked by the Jags.
You see right here, Mingo getting the ball on the interior to Gibbs, and Marshall's been able to get it right around in their point blank, but South is really walling up and keeping Marshall from being able to finish. As you see, one of the Gibbs twins coming in the game, number 4 and number 5. One with a ponytail, one with not.
Jacob Gibbs is number 4, Cade Gibbs number 5. They're triplets, by the way. As we see a good drive by J.J. Wheat. Had a nice conversation with Marshall's radio broadcaster prior to. Both Gibbs brothers came in to Marshall with a master's degree. They're both pursuing their 2nd master's. They got the first one at Grace College, an NAIA powerhouse in Indiana. So J.J. Wheat at the free throw line, first of 2 is good. Wheat, the junior from Clarksville, Tennessee, 72% free throw shooter, going off a 4-point game in a loss at Akron on Saturday. Second of 2 is good, and the Jags increase their lead to 7. Good job to avoid the double team and keep the possession alive for the Thundering Herd. There's Mingo. Fricks cross court to Spear.
He can make that.
3-pointer on the way, no good. Wheat
Look at Wheat
for the rebound, and he's got it.
Amongst the trees.
Wheat's got a little bit of speed as well. Gets it to Brady. Good defensive, though, job by Marshall to get back and make South Alabama set it up.
Well, you've got 4 similar guards defensively if you're South Alabama, as you see Brady pitch it out to Judah. Now, he likes this spot better over here, but can't get going quite yet.
Brown 0 for 2 from 3-point range. Now quickly into the front court is a and-one opportunity. Gibbs to Wyatt Fricks. Absorbs the contact, and he'll get one more.
Early offense again. That's the first time we've seen Marshall attack in a while on the break. Before, nice hands there by Judah Brown, and you see the foul and the tough finish by Fricks. But Marshall can have success if they get out and run on rebounds defensively, and you saw it right there.
Fricks had 12 points in that win over Arkansas State last week. Got 3 now and brings Marshall to within 4. The Jags are shooting 63% from the field. 6 of their last 8. Barry Dunning makes it 7 of their last 9. Dunning with a nice drive.
And right now you will definitely attack the rim with both bigs out of the game for Marshall. Looks like Coach Jackson's trying to counteract South's depth by resting some of his guys as well. But still attacking the rim are the Jags.
Kai Spears gets it up top, trying to get the entry pass to Martin outside the Spear, and it's good. Jalen Spear. He's got 6.
Gotta know where number 50 is. Confident shooter transferring out of Florida A&M. The old Rattler.
5 of 10 outside the arc is Marshall.
Go score that. Go score that.
Brady has it knocked away. Nice job by Fricks. on the defensive end by Marshall.
Never gave up on the play, young kids out there.
Now a kick ball by Judah Brown. And that'll slow the pace just a bit.
Man, this feels like a tournament game, doesn't it? It's
doesn't
just, you can kind of feel the energy, just every possession mattering, and just back and forth, heavyweight bout in the Sun Belt.
And if you've seen the way the bracket is set up for the conference tournament, I mean, the difference between number 2 and number 3 is big. The difference between number 6 and number 7 is big. Everything counts. The way the tournament is set up this year is Judah Brown knocks it loose. It'll go out of bounds. And we'll take a timeout. 7 minutes, 57 seconds to go. First half, South Alabama on top of Marshall, 26-23.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones, like the Motorola Edge with turbo power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes, and 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
I gotta get Marcus some new cleats.
I bet you could buy the whole team new cleats with all that money you saved.
Nancy Dawson is passive progressive.
You know, Nancy, that's actually really...
Nancy doesn't have progressive, so she takes it out on those who do.
You should get Luca private coaching with that. Maybe he'll score a goal. I figured you'd want the whole roll since you've saved hundreds with progressive.
How many tickets?
2, please.
Don't be passive progressive.
2 for Becky.
Drivers who switch could save hundreds.
Asthma. Does it have you missing out on what you love with who you love? It's time to get back out there with Fasenra. Fasenra is an add-on treatment for eosinophilic asthma that is taken once every 8 weeks and can also be taken conveniently at home. Fasenra helps prevent asthma attacks. Most patients did not have an attack in the first year. Fasenra is proven to help you breathe better so you can get back to doing day-to-day activities. Fasenra is not for sudden breathing problems. Serious allergic reactions may occur. Get help for swelling of your face, mouth, tongue, or trouble breathing. Don't stop asthma treatments without talking with your doctor. Tell your doctor if your asthma worsens or you have a parasitic infection. Headache and sore throat may occur. Get back to better breathing. Get back to what you've missed. Ask your doctor about Fasenra, the only asthma treatment taken once every 8 weeks. If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Well, here's what South Alabama has done in the national scope. 5th in the country when it comes to opponent field goal percentage, 10th in turnover margin, 15th assist to turnover, and 19th in steals per game. Been pretty impressive. Now that list a couple of weeks ago was about 7 or 8 deep, but still, you're this deep into the season, you got 4 in the top 20. Pretty impressive what South Alabama has done, especially for a team that was picked, I think it was 11th preseason, 10th or 11th, somewhere along in there. Great coaching job by Richie Riley, and these guys have really played well.
Well, and what I'm really noticing with the intensity this evening and the tenacity around the basket, as you see Coach Riley there, is Marshall has come in 2nd in the league in free throw attempts, partner. Only 3 so far in this first half, which means South is playing hard, they're playing active, but they're playing without fouling and putting Marshall on the line, which is somewhere they've been beating people.
There's Jaden Cooper getting it to Brady. Broom now re-enters the
Attack
lineup.
him.
And Broom has it knocked away. Back to Broom, though. 3-pointer on the way from Brady off the front of the iron. Scramble for the loose ball. It's Martin coming up with it for Marshall.
I'd like to see Broom get to a jump stop right there and then gather and then go with the shot blocker. Maybe sophomore year.
Mingo and Spear playing pitch and catch. It'll be Spear. He's hit a couple threes already. That one's off the front of the iron, no good. Battle for the rebound, last touched by South Alabama. As Jacob Gibbs, one of the guys battling for the board, will be Marshall basketball for the fresh 20 as Miles Corey comes back in the lineup for South.
Yeah, and you see Dawson coming in now for Gibbs. So you've got the starting lineups back in the game for both teams, minus a couple of players for South. But right now, Dawson is the guy to me that I think South really needs to pay attention to where number 23 is, whether it's shooting it or creating it for his teammates.
He's got it up top. Give it up to Spear. There's Dawson. Little adjustment, three-pointer in and out. There's Martin with the offensive board.
Patented.
6th offensive rebound by Marshall. There's Dawson for 3, missed it again. Here comes Jaden Cooper.
Maybe I jinxed him.
1 on 3, he'll pull it back out. There's Ormiston with a nice drive. Elijah Ormiston will go to the free throw line as he's hit hard. And boy, one of the Marshall players, that's Anachili Killen, went hard, I believe, into some of those courtside seats.
And Ormiston may have accidentally caught Anachili Killen with an elbow trying to ward off the contact there. It looks like they're going to look at this. I don't think it was intentional, but let's see here. You see the elbow right there?
Oh, yeah.
Nah, maybe offense, but probably not intentional.
Looked like a basketball play to me, but they are going to take a look at it, make sure there was nothing nefarious there. They did not hit the courtside seats. I didn't see the spectators scrambling, but they are going to look at that elbow, right?
They are going to look at the elbow, but here's the thing here is Ramanan, excuse me, comes over and gives a great explanation there. It is a common foul on the defense, but they are looking at the elbow contact from the offense, if that makes sense. So I don't really know how I don't think that's enough to be an offensive foul by any means. I think we're going to look at this, and yes, there was contact, but it was a ward-off, not more of an intentional offensive foul. So it'll be interesting to see how these officials, KB Burdett, excellent official, you see him on TV a lot, especially on the weekends, but he's familiar with this conference. And one more time, what do you think, partner? I don't think you can warrant this as a intentional type play.
I thought it was a basketball play. I don't think it was an intentionally thrown elbow. I think he's going up trying to avoid the contact, and the arm just swings out. But, you know, you asked me about all of these reviews. I'm about 2 for 90.
Well, the thing is like, if you want the honest truth, it was not a foul on Mercer.
I didn't think so.
Excuse me, on Marshall.
Yeah.
But now it puts the officials in because the contact was there, and it looks as if, but I don't see how there's enough there to change the call, but we shall see. That's why I do not have on a zebra-type shirt.
They know a whole lot more than we do, for sure. Scoring drought, by the way, for both of these clubs. Over 2 minutes. It's 231 for Marshall, 206, or 231 for South, I should say, 206 for Marshall. Jack's still shooting 55% from the field. Marshall shooting 32%.
It's going to be a common foul.
I think so, too.
I'm a great lip reader, like the Seinfeld episode. Great lip reader here.
They'll go to each bench and tell the coaches exactly what they're going to do. And it will be a common foul on Marshall, and that'll send Elijah Ormiston to the free throw line for 2.
That's the right call.
So is Anachili Killen on the job defensively? He'll get called for the foul, and Ormiston will go to the free throw line. 75% free throw shooter is the senior from Minneapolis. Transfer from Concordia St. Paul. 16 starts for the Jags last year and shot 53% from the field. He's played 46 games at South Alabama coming into this season.
Just a great explanation, and thank you for coming over, KB Burdett. But he said we just have to look at the facial contact. He said it's the point now. Didn't think it was anything, but just wanted to look to be certain. And so Corey Jackson doesn't like it because he didn't like the initial foul call because it was that incidental contact. But once the foul is called, you can't take that foul off the board.
Well, and you've got some great looks with our fantastic camera crew. Why not take a look at it?
Give a shout out to our excellent camera crew here and all our students, man. It's unbelievable how good they are.
These are students working almost all of this along with Tyler Folks back in the truck.
We hear you, Tyler.
But students always doing a great job here on ESPN Plus at South Alabama.
Yeah, man. I do games, different venues, different places, man. And it's just walking. It's just so easy. Y'all have this just set up so well. And let's see how about that setup for Ormiston. Can't get it to go.
I'm going to make the students laugh now. You ready? They do it for the money. You can hear the collective laugh. They do get paid, but not much. There's a nice shot by Mingo. Oh, 18-footer makes it 28-25.
I see some smirks here from the camera crowd and everybody, so they couldn't hear it, but we could definitely see it.
5.5 to go first half. We thought it would be a close one, and so far it has been. There's Jaden Cooper getting it to Miles Corey.
Downhill.
And Corey, nice dish to the basket, but then another block by Obina and a Chili Killen, who comes into today with 65 blocks. And now add another to the total. Just lurking out there waiting for the shot to come.
And you see how he went to the point of release. Instead of going straight up for the block, he went actually at the point of release to try to keep that from being a goaltend. Just a really, really excellent feel for the shot blocker and a Chili Killen.
Jags ball now 9 on the shot clock, so you got to be aware of that. There's Dunning.
Oh, yeah.
Guarded
Take
by
him
Ryan
down.
Nutter.
Take him down.
Into the ball game. Turn around, Jay off the glass. Barry Dunning. Boy, he loves it too.
See the patience, though, to not get in a hurry. You had plenty of time on the shot clock, and to get to his comfortable over that left shoulder off the glass turn.
South had missed their last 5 field goals. Now Dunning stops that streak. Outside to Nutter. There's Spear.
Can't leave Spear.
Martin to Nutter. Goes inside the three-point line. 2 pump fakes and then puts it in. Ryan Nutter, the sophomore from Dublin, Ohio, gets it to go.
Young kids out there, there is always a place for a call it shot fake, call it ball fake, call it pump fake. It works, and then get to the dribble, get the feet set, knock it down. There he is again.
Another block by Obina and a Chili Killen. His second in 2 possessions. 3-pointer, chance to tie it, not there. Dunning skying for the rebound, and it goes out of bounds off of Nate Martin. So Martin and Dunning were sparring for the rebound. Martin got control of it, but then rolled out of bounds.
Those guys went after that rebound with some urgency and purpose. And that's what you start seeing later in these conference battles. But Coach Corny Jackson is really getting into his bench now, playing a lot of guys, trying to get some rest here before the 4 timeout. I think you'll see some guys come back in, but just really trying to exploit all areas of rest, if you will, against this deep South Alabama team.
First time we've seen Will Moore into the lineup.
Back cut.
And there's the back cut to Faciero. Great feed inside. Dylan Faciero with 6.
Yeah, and again, it's coming with Anna Chili Killen away from the basket, partner.
Under 4 to go first half. From inside to Martin, now outside to Nutter. Just hit a 2. He'll get it to Anna Chili Killen. Right baseline, good.
Nice
That's
touch.
10 points, double digits already for Obina and a Chili Killen. He's 4 of 7 from the field, 1 3-pointer, also has a pair of rebounds and an assist. Miles Corey, oh, what a move. To get some separation, but couldn't get the shot off.
Pretty good defense by Nutter there.
Yeah, there's Broom. Outside to Faciero, 3-pointer is good. Dylan Faciero, he's got 9.
He is the guy that when he's making shots, this is a different team. It affects the energy on defense. Look at the defensive possession now. The guard's out on the ball here. High hands, getting to shooters. Wow.
Wow, what a shot by Will Moore. I mean, he had John Broom draped all over him. Didn't matter. Moore with the 3-pointer.
Sometimes shooters are ready to shoot, and that time, Moore was.
There's Ormiston. Tough drive, gets it to go off the glass.
Just can't say enough about Ormiston and Dunning and Brady attacking this rim against this bigger Marshall team, if you will.
They'll try the alley-oop again and again. It is unsuccessful, and that will take us to the timeout. 2 minutes, 16 seconds to go first half. South Alabama leading Marshall by 5, 37-32. 3-pointer for South Alabama. And how about the nice 2-pointer from Ormiston? Well, coming into tonight, Marshall with 122 blocks this season. That's 4.88 per game. That leads the Sun Belt Conference. They've had a couple of them tonight, specifically Obina Anachili Killen, who has 3 blocks on his own. And coming into tonight, he had 65 blocks, which was 3rd in the NCAA. So he's going to up that total already.
It's anticipation, but what I love about number 25 also is when he blocks a shot, he's getting out and running the floor and forcing whoever he blocked or whoever's getting back to guard him to have to run as well. And wow, Barry Dunning just rise up.
Barry Dunning, he's got 12 now. Ormiston also in double digits for South with 10. And Anachili Killen with 10 for Marshall. But the lead is 7 for South Alabama. That is their largest so far. Now a chance to extend it here. Corey showing the speed, not going to stop, but has the shot blocked out of bounds by Wyatt Fricks. And it'll be Jags basketball.
The ability to push the issue that time. Corey actually had Dunning on a lob, but there was too much traffic to get it to him. See if South can score on an out under right now. The special teams of basketball like the matchup.
And it knocked loose. Good defense underneath to get it away from Dunning. And Marshall with 1.5 minutes to work with. Here's Spear. Outside to Dawson. Spear going inside to Obina. Over Ormiston. And Obina Anachili Killen with 12.
And he's got 12. A couple have been on the break, a couple have been inside and outside, but that is still only the 8th point in the paint. It's 24-8 South, and so in the second half, Marshall's going to have to really attack around the glass and keep South from scoring at the rim.
Ormiston. Good physical play underneath. But there's Dunning with the offensive board. Has it blocked, but there is a foul. And it'll be Dunning going to the free throw line to shoot 2 as Wyatt Fricks came in late. Knocked it loose, but I think got some body contact in there as well.
See Ormiston just working hard, trying to shoot it around the shot blocker. Good block, but got some arm.
So it's Dunning back to the free throw line.
And partner, that's one of those plays right there. Barry Dunning didn't really have the ball all the way secured, looked like. They're on the very end of that attempt for the dunk, and that may have actually caused the foul a little bit because it was discombobulated, and maybe a break there for South as Fricks. Fricks has had a couple of shot blocks on the break and on the interior against bigger guys.
Dunning, the transfer from Arkansas and UAB, signed with the Razorbacks out of high school, McGill-Tulane Catholic High School here in Mobile. Then went to UAB and has 2 years to play for the Jags.
McGill High School girls playing as we speak in the AHSAA Regional up in Montgomery.
It's that time already, isn't it?
Yes, it is. That's his game right there now.
And he knocks it down again. That's 14 for Anachili Killen. Shot clock is off now for the Jags, who have a 4-point lead.
You're really going to see, you see the timeout, you're going to see Marshall in the second half really attack that short corner, I think, with Anachili Killen, because he can make that jump shot. There's not a lot of guys in the league that can, and that's a vulnerable spot against the zone before the trap gets there.
And we talked about Marshall being able to have open three-point attempts. Done pretty well so far. They're 6 of 17 from outside the arc. They've had the opportunities, and even if you talk to Coach Jackson, I'm sure it's not even where he wants it to be. He wants that percentage to be a little better, but still 6 3-pointers compared to just 1 for South Alabama.
And they've been timely as well. What we've seen South, whether it was before conference season or during conference season, just inch these leads out late in halves. It was just a 7-point lead with an opportunity to be 9. Marshall gets 2 stops, hits a 3, gets a 2, but timely shooting, especially on the road in conference play, is always a big deal, and that's why this game is a 4-point game with all the threes that Marshall has made. Timely threes.
Jack can play for the final shot here in the first half. Miles Corey has 4 points. And they'll start attacking here right about now. Corey off the screen. The floater is good. Miles Corey. Now Martin will fling it up from beyond half court. Had plenty of strength to get it there. But
Yes,
the
he
accuracy
does.
was off. And so we'll go to the halftime locker room. It's South Alabama leading Marshall 42-36. We've got a good one in Mobile tonight.
If you find yourself in a box that can no longer contain you, it's time to find a bigger box. Find your next level at ArmyCivilianCareers.com.
Okay, I'll only be gone a couple days, Rumi.
Yay.
I put all the important contact info on the fridge.
That's all USAA.
So you can enjoy that sweet, sweet USAA service while I'm gone.
I know how to get in touch with USAA. I can file a claim or chat right in the app.
Good idea. I should add that.
USAA, auto, home, life, and bank.
I'll show you the ropes, kid, show you the ropes.
Boom, baby.
Get it.
There it is.
All the parts you need at prices you love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love.
If advanced lung cancer has you searching for possibilities, discover Opdivo plus Yervoy, the first combination of 2 immunotherapies for adults newly diagnosed with non-small cell lung cancer that is spread, tests positive for PD-L1, and does not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene. Opdivo plus Yervoy helps your immune system fight cancer in 2 ways. Opdivo and Yervoy can cause your immune system to harm healthy parts of your body during and after treatment. These problems can be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have a cough, chest pain, shortness of breath, irregular heartbeat, diarrhea, constipation, severe stomach pain, severe nausea or vomiting, dizziness, fainting, eye problems, extreme tiredness, changes in appetite, thirst, or urine, rash, itching, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, joint pain, flushing, or fever. Report severe or persistent muscle or joint pain. Tell your doctor if you have myasthenia gravis or Guillain-Barré syndrome. Immune system problems include Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, or lupus. These are not all the possible side effects. Problems can occur together and more often when Opdivo is used with Yervoy. Tell your doctor about all medical conditions, including immune or nervous system problems, if you've had or plan to have an organ or stem cell transplant, or received chest radiation. Your search starts here. Ask your doctor about the combination of Opdivo plus Yervoy. A chance to live longer.
Laidlaw Performing Arts Center is located at the corner of University Boulevard and USA South Drive. The center includes a 400-seat theater, drama classrooms, a recital hall, and soundproof rooms for rehearsing and recording. This is where you'll find the Department of Theater Arts and Music.
2 blocks from Laidlaw is the Health, Kinesiology, and Sport Building, also known as JAG Gym. Health and PE classes are taught here for students enrolled in the HKS program. Continuing on USA South Drive, just past the bell tower is the Communications Building. Students enrolled in Strategic Communications, Journalism or Digital Cinema, and Television will take classes here. The Communications Building also houses student media, including the Vanguard newspaper, Due South Magazine, JAG TV, and WJGR 97.1 The Prowl.
Next door to the Communications Building is the Science Laboratory Building, home to the Alabama Power USA Coastal Weather Research Center. The center is training ground for meteorology students, many of whom go into television forecasting, and it provides weather forecasting to more than 100 clients. Across the street is the Archaeology Museum, where you'll find exhibitions, education, lab spaces, and public programming that celebrates the past of our region.
Located between the Archaeology Museum and the Humanities Building is the Chemistry Building, and you really can't miss it. Just look for the test tube and beaker on the side of the building. As you might have guessed, this is where you'll find all chemistry classes, labs, and faculty in the Department of Chemistry.
The Life Sciences Building and Lecture Hall are located east of the Marks Library. Classrooms, labs, and faculty offices for earth sciences, marine sciences, and biology can be found here. Visual arts classes are taught in a cluster of buildings east of the Life Sciences Building. Offerings include glass blowing, painting, graphic design, photography, ceramics, and sculpture.
Between the Health Sciences Building and the Visual Arts buildings are the Alpha Halls that used to be dorms but now include the BAW Biomedical Library, classrooms, and the Army and Air Force ROTC. The Mathematical Sciences and Physics Building can be found next door to the Visual Arts Building.
Here, you will find classrooms, labs, and faculty offices for the Department of Mathematics and Statistics and the Department of Physics.
Oh my God, we're back again.
Target made Good and Gather for you, helping you save on tasty berries frozen at peak ripeness, ready whenever you need them. Everyday favorites at unbeatable prices. We made Good and Gather for you, only at Target.
Consumer Reports has named the 2025 most reliable automotive brand, Subaru. It's no surprise they also named Subaru the best overall automotive brand.
Get 2.9% APR for 72 months on a new Subaru Outback during the Subaru A Lot to Love event going on now.
So I have 10 years of hospitality experience.
And a college degree? It just can't be blank. Blank is bad.
So a degree in Dutch poetry would make me more qualified?
Yep.
A zoology degree?
Yep.
Metalsmithing?
Yep.
Poultry science?
Yeah.
Indeed matches you with jobs that actually match your experience.
And what was your major?
Dance.
Oh.
How are you feeling about the exam?
All good. If I don't sleep, I mean.
If it helps, I'm using Chegg. Total game changer.
Yeah, I've tried AI.
It's better than that. Step-by-step guidance, real human experts, and practice questions, so I know I've got it.
Maybe I should try.
Yeah, he definitely needs Chegg. Get a grip on college with Chegg.
Yellow. Didn't pass the tissue test?
Dr. Garcia?
Buckle up.
Whoa! Reality checkup!
There's toothpaste white, and then there's Crest 3D White Strips white. Oh, one sec.
Crest 3D White Strips safely work below the enamel surface to whiten like a $400 professional treatment.
Prepare for a non-stop smile.
The #1 teeth whitening brand in America. And use Crest 3D White toothpaste to maintain your smile. Crest.
NHL on ESPN Plus is back. Enjoy 1,000+ out-of-market games, exclusive matchups, marquee NHL events, and so much more. That's hockey on ESPN Plus.
This is an ESPN Sonic blockbuster. Whoa!
This is star power from the jump. The best of college basketball every Saturday on ESPN. The best of college basketball every Saturday on ESPN.
At the University of South Alabama Mitchell College of Business, you'll receive more than an exceptional education in business. Our students learn to collaborate, think critically, and solve problems on a regional, national, and international scale. We prepare students to build organizations and relationships that lead to success. We emphasize theoretical and practical learning opportunities through rigorous coursework and internships. And we engage with the larger community to connect our students to professionals in every field. The Mitchell College of Business is one of the few business schools to earn the prestigious accreditation of the Association to Advance Collegiate Schools of Business. We push further in our academic pursuits, helping our students discover their potential and change the world around us. We discover and create new methods and innovations. We engage in diverse learning experiences and connect with our community. We explore extraordinary opportunities to improve lives and advance our world. We build deep connections that lead to meaningful and productive partnerships. We study problems and issues and work together to solve them. At the University of South Alabama's Mitchell College of Business, we welcome the blue sky thinkers, bold risk takers, and big playmakers who want to start something today that they'll be proud of tomorrow. Innovation is not just what we do, it's who we are.
Double pepperoni.
Rock, we got double pep.
I get double pep.
Dude, Bundle Bros.
Bundle Bros.
Bundle Bros.
Build yours starting at $24.99. No one outpizzas the Hut.
Imagine your child not having a decent pair of shoes, socks, or a warm coat. Subaru and its retailers have provided critical items like these to nearly 900,000 people in urgent need. Subaru, more than a car company.
The Disney Resorts Collection is the most magical place to stay at the most magical place on Earth. And with extra time at any of the 4 theme parks, why would you stay anywhere else? Start saving today.
My bestie's got the best hair. I bring them with me everywhere. Yeah, it's a special kind of love we share. 'Cause I'm a dog.
Now for something you can both agree on. A Sleep Number smart bed is perfect for couples. The Climate 360 smart bed is the only bed that cools and warms on each side. And all our smart beds adjust the firmness for each of you. Let's agree to agree on better sleep. And now save 50% on the new Sleep Number limited edition smart bed plus 0% interest for 48 months. Shop now.
Let's talk salary.
Great. What do you typically offer for this role?
It's competitive.
So is it like competitive salary or is it like competitive salary?
It's somewhere between competitive and competitive.
Right. And then the number would be
competitive.
With Indeed, you can avoid awkward salary conversations from the start.
Oh, a number.
What do you mean a number?
It's an actual number.
Devotion for Man, the new fragrance by Dolce & Gabbana.
You know what's smart? Treating yourself without cheating your goals. Indulge responsibly with Factor. All of the flavor, none of the guilt. Ready in 2 minutes. Eat smart with Factor.
There's a look at downtown Mobile, and out of West Mobile, we've had a pretty good ball game so far. South Alabama on top of Marshall, 42-36. Let's show you those first half highlights and tell you how we got here. We talked a lot about Obinna Anachili Killen and what he brings to the table. And boy, he is not disappointed tonight. 6 of 9 from the field, 1 of 1 from three-point range. And Anachili Killen with a nice dish inside. He got the bucket. There's a three-pointer from Michael Dawson. And then there's Anachili Killen. His 1 3-pointer was perfect from the baseline. And then how about on the break? Marshall, it's Gibbs inside to Wyatt Brooks, who gets the bucket and the foul. And Marshall with 36 points so far. But South Alabama counters with Elijah Ormison. He's had a great half. Ormiston, 10 points, 4 of 6 from the field, and it's been from inside. Ormiston, a guy that likes to shoot those three-pointers. He's been getting it done in the paint. How about the speed from Miles Corey? Breaking through the defense. Corey with 6 points so far. Not many threes for South Alabama. In fact, just 1 3, and that was it from Dylan Fossiero. But we talked about Ormiston and what he's done, absorbing the contact, getting the bucket, and the Jags on top, 42-36.
Yeah, partner, and in this first half, we just saw a lot of activity out of South Alabama. 18-17 on the glass. That was a concern. South not turning the ball over, as you see at the bottom. Free throws. That's the biggest thing that I see, and the three-pointers. Marshall is staying in this game because they've made 15 more points than South Alabama has from behind the line. But the points in the paint, that goes to South, and that's where the advantage has been. But South Alabama has played without fouling and kept Marshall off the line. Number 2 in the Sun Belt, shooting free throws, or the attempts for that matter. This second half, again, rebounding, free throws, and can South keep Marshall from getting out and running in transition? Did a good job late in the second half. We'll see if the Jazz can do the same.
This is a South Alabama team that loves to shoot the three. They're 1 for 6. Very, very low numbers from what we are used to seeing. But you talked about those points in the paint, 26-8 in favor of South Alabama. And this is not a big South Alabama team by any stretch. And they have just decided that they're going to take it to the bucket tonight.
Well, they have, and a lot of those, but there's 4. Anachila Killen has 14 points, and so that's kind of deceiving. Some of those jump shots he's made, 3 or 4 of them have been outside the lane, but somewhat on the mid-range, but around the rim, it has been all South. And you see Coach Richie Riley there, and want to clean up a couple of things, but the one thing that he's always got to be happy about is his team does not turn the ball over.
There's a trap up top on Mingo.
Got a turnover.
And well, that was a whistle. Was that a kick ball?
And yeah, it was. And KB Burdette couldn't see it. I couldn't see it either. It was one of those to where excellent job on the offside by the official.
And Mingo wanted a
right
foul
there
on that double team. Not going to get it, but it will be Marshall basketball. There's Mingo going outside to Spear. Mingo will take the 3. And what a way to start for Marshall. Three-pointer is good, and the Thundering Herd within 3.
Yeah, and anytime you come out with a gamble like that, South actually got what they wanted in the 1-3-1, got the turnover, but the ball unfortunately hit the foot of Barry Dunning, and then now you get the side out of bounds for a basket for Marshall.
Broom outside to Fossiero for 3. Won't go. Scramble for the rebound. There's a big Nate Martin, 6'8", using every bit of that frame to get to it.
0 points this evening, but 9 rebounds for Big 41.
2-pointers short.
Make
there's
that
another 10. Yeah, there's another one. Put him in double digits.
Extra
outside
possession.
To Dawson for the tie, in and out. There's Fossiero with the board.
All right, if you're South here, be methodical. Get your 5-out motion running. Found some back cuts and some dribble drives, but Fossiero trying to big boy.
Dillon with a quick shot. Can't get it to go. Jack still scoreless here in the second half. Marshall with the 3 to cut it to 3. Spear thought about another long-range shot. Instead, will go inside out. Now he gets another opportunity. That 3 no good. Miles Corey looking for it. Gets it to Ormiston.
Excellent.
Back to Corey. And Corey.
He got fouled.
Yep, he did get fouled. Mingo knew it. He thought he was going to get away with it for a second, but Miles Corey lost control of the basketball at the very last second. I think Mingo was kind of hoping that that would bail him out. A little bit of a push from Miles Corey, but also certainly Mingo grabbed the arm.
Yeah, and Coach Richie Riley was quickly jogging down the sideline, helping out to get that call. But I want to, one quick thing here, as you see Coach Riley, but Elijah Ormiston that time, the understanding when he got the loose ball and was leading the break to get it to a guard and then run the floor. Young bigs out there, as you see Eli, he understood the fact that Miles Corey's going to get this ball a lot faster up the court than I am, and I and my teammates can go finish if we get it to our speedy guard. Heady play by number 3.
Miles Corey, a grad transfer, 4 years in the NAIA at Jessup in California. He was an honorable mention All-American. 26 games in double figures on that level. And said, I want to see what I can do on this level. And at one point, he led the Sun Belt Conference in scoring.
from Ontario, Canada, as we've seen over the last 15 years. A lot of players coming out of Canada now. A lot of talent there, and seeming to get noticed. Nice pass and finish there for the Green.
Well, they finally got the alley-oop to work. They've tried it a couple of times tonight, and this time it's Obino with the flush, and it's 44-41.
And I like the demeanor of Coach Jackson right now. He likes the way his team's playing, bouncing around a little bit. This is just a good, hard conference battle. Excellent slip by Ormiston. Fasiero with the 5.
Elijah with 12. It's 46-41.
He's crafty.
Try another 3. Spear, too hard off the iron. Barry Dunning fouled as he goes up, and you're right, it is a good foul by Jalen Spear, because otherwise the Jags had numbers going the other way. Dunning likely would have just taken it himself, but instead makes South Alabama earn it.
Yeah, and there's nobody really hurt, you know, because yes, you get a personal foul, but it is only the 2nd foul. So with that being said, you stopped a possible opportunity that could have turned into 2 points for Barry Dunning or one of his teammates.
You know, there's only been 2 fouls, period,
the whole
against
game.
South Alabama?
Yes.
Only 6 against Marshall.
And we talked about the fact that a lot of times in these conference games later in the season that officials are going to let the teams play, but the ability again of South and this zone to play without fouling. Excellent draw and dish there by Ormiston. Again, that's a foul.
Corey couldn't get to it, but now a foul on the floor, and it'll be South Alabama still controlling despite the miss from Miles Corey.
My guy 14, John Broome, as you see him laughing there, is going to get him a game-winning play or 2. And that's another one, gets his team an extra possession as Marshall had numbers and was going to get out and run. If you see here.
There was a little bit of pushing on both sides, but that jersey was...
second man.
Was in the lane, and Broome was not in the lane.
Oh,
there's
my.
Turnaround. Elijah Ormiston, you kidding me?
Little turnaround jumper, a little fader. Go in your bag 3.
J.J. Wheat almost causes a 10-second violation. Marshall does beat the clock. Now that's Mingo for 3. Oh, nice offensive board and put back by Obina. He's got 18 points.
He's going to play basketball for a long time somewhere.
Right.
Especially with his ability to shoot the basketball and step out.
Very versatile player. Ormiston's feeling it on the other end. They're going to call a charge, offensive foul. The positioning was there from Dezane Mingo. Richie Riley not happy about it. But there's a push off on Ormiston in this Marshall basketball.
One of those might have been anticipated a little bit, but it was definitely sold by the Marshall defender. Eli didn't like it. Coach Riley didn't like it, but you got to play through it.
Martin.
Great attack.
Nobody stopped him, but the ball knocked loose. Miles Corey gets it, stepped out of bounds. Good defensive play, though, by South Alabama, because Martin had about a 2-foot bunny, and he had been able to continue to keep control of the basketball.
Miles Corey not giving up on the play there, but just the intensity on both benches after every play, especially a play that happens in front of the bench. Everyone's engaged. That one's deep.
Moore misses.
Eli.
There's Ormiston just getting in front of a Chili Killen. And a Chili Killen. There's Wheat. To Ormiston. Now a bump. Did he make it? Yes, he did. Elijah Ormiston feeling it.
And Elijah Ormiston letting everybody know he big too with a smooch.
What a play by Elijah Ormiston. He's a senior from Minneapolis, transfer from Concordia St. Paul. And you look at his stats, he's actually had the last 3 games in double digits. But you go 4 games ago against ULM, he didn't score. Game before that at ULM, he only had 2. Didn't score at Troy. So go back to the last time he really went off was against Arkansas State, January 9th, when he had 22. He's not that far off tonight. Elijah Ormiston was 17. Here comes Corey to Ormiston. He'll back it out. Oh, he thought about the 3. You know he wanted it.
I wish he would have shot it. Just right now, heat check, and
Yeah, there's going to be a foul, yeah.
Got to grab, and it's a good timeout now for Marshall because it's possibly danger time as we see this lead grow to 8 for the Jags.
51-43, timeout in Mobile. Jags by 8. They have the basketball.
Thanks.
Jake from State Farm, I really need to know.
Go spicy or go home, right?
What? No. What if I'm not sure I have the right coverage for my car?
Oh, your agent can help me make sure it's just what you need.
What if I accidentally hit a food truck and it gets covered in empanadas?
You can file a claim on the app. At State Farm, we're there for your what-ifs.
Thanks.
Oh.
That is too spicy. That's for you.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
Hey Jag fans, did you know your favorite sausage for tailgating is an official sponsor of the Jags and is made right here in Alabama? Conecuh sausage is hickory smoked fresh just up the road in Evergreen, Alabama. And you can find it at your local grocer, like right here at your neighborhood Greer's Cash Saver. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and always great on the grill. Make Conecuh part of your game day. Conecuh sausage, family owned since 1947.
We're gonna hold it down till the sun comes up. Keep your head to the sky until the sun comes up.
In collegiate sports, one name continues to rise.
Now is the time where we go hard, moving up. Deep in the zone, keep it moving cause we're coming up. Now is the time where we go hard, moving up. Deep in the zone, keep it moving cause we're coming up.
The Sun Belt Conference, 14 universities, 10 states, rising.
We're gonna hold it down till the sun comes up.
Coming into tonight, Barry Dunning, the last 3 games, 55 points, 33 rebounds. Last Saturday at Akron, he had 22 points, 12 boards. And tonight, well, he's not that far off. 13 points, 6 rebounds for Barry Dunning, the local product. And boy, his progression from where he was at the beginning of the season, he's gotten so much more comfortable in this lineup.
Well, he's comfortable in different places on the floor, partner. The jump shot wasn't really there early in the season, but Coach Riley wanted to get it going and has. What a strong take by Corey.
Miles Corey with a strong take, and the lead is 10. That is the biggest lead for South Alabama so far tonight.
Again, going left, Miles Corey in this conference season. Everybody's scouting him that way, and now he is also becoming more comfortable going to the rim and finishing, doing things that he wasn't accustomed to doing before this year.
If I would have told you South Alabama's going to have 1 3-pointer 25 minutes into this one, and they're going to have a 10-point lead, would you have believed me?
I would have thought it would have been a 10-point deficit, partner, because the threes have been so important, but the ability to attack the rim, excellent hands there by Dunning, and look at Ormiston give it up again, leading the break.
Dunning has it knocked loose on the other end. It's a good recovery by Marshall. And I'll try the 3. Michael Dawson drills it. 8th 3-pointer for Marshall.
The hustle collectively as a team for the guys in green. Remember that point right there. It was about to be a 12-point lead in a hustle play. Team hustle play gets that lead down to 7. It's Dawson.
Corey has the answer. Miles Corey outside the arc.
You were asking for threes, partner.
1 3 deserves another. Back to a 10-point game. There's Martin, hard drive. And Martin gets it to go. His first points of the game coming off a double-double. That was a very impressive double-double against Arkansas State last week. But you're right, he's done it so well on other parts of the game. 10 rebounds so far tonight, 2 assists for Martin.
Yeah, and how about Fricks there with the hands? And he's been around the rim for 2 for Marshall. But I think you really gotta, if I'm Marshall right now, I am attacking in transition as we've talked about, and I am really starting to attack at the rim. But right now, South still with only 1 foul. Marshall with 5. Attack if you're South Alabama. Get that next foul and then get in that bonus. Big advantage.
J.J. Wheat with the floater. He will get fouled, and J.J. will go to the free throw line.
Good understanding to force the issue and force the contact if you're Wheat there. There's 5 team fouls, young kids out there. Go into the defense. He saw that he had kind of shot it a little long. Follow your arm in there to the defender and get the official to make the call. He did that there. So now, what does that mean? You're up 8. You're going to the free throw line with a chance to make 1, 2, get it back to a double-digit lead. And then now every single time your team gets fouled for 13 minutes and 45 seconds, you're going to the free throw line. That's positive for the Jags.
And the Jags have been great from the stripe. 10 of 11 so far. And Wheat will make it 11 of 12. He's a junior from Clarksville, Tennessee, transfer from Freed Hardeman. He's made an impact in this Jags lineup. And the lead back to 10. Now a steal on the other side. Fossiero to Wheat. Little spin move. Wheat. Nobody stops him. Off the glass and in. J.J. Wheat.
Now you see me. Now you don't, 6.
The crowd becoming a factor here. There's Dawson for 3.
My God.
He might quiet him down a little.
He's made a couple of huge shots with his team down double digits or close. Actually, 2 threes in a row for Dawson in 3 possessions when his team was down 10 to keep the Thundering Herd hanging around.
Every shot he's taken has been a 3-point attempt. He's 4 for 10. You math majors, that's 12 points.
Oh, Eli.
Elijah Ormiston, he continues the roll, 19.
He's finger rolling, taking out dance teams. This guy's doing it all tonight.
22 is his season high. He's 3 off the mark right now. The air ball on the other side. Crowd will let him hear about it. Again, trying the alley-oop, nothing there. Now a 3-pointer on the other end, and a good 3-pointer by Spear.
Extra possession.
So timeout, South Alabama. 12 minutes, 26 seconds to go in the ball game. Jags on top 62-54.
With the new Ultimate Hut Bundle, create your ultimate Pizza Hut feast. I got meat lovers and double pepperoni.
Gronk, we got double pep.
I get double pep.
Dude, Bundle Bros.
Bundle Bros.
Bundle Bros.
Field yours starting at $24.99. No one outpizzas the Hut.
I am an American soldier. I am a warrior and a member of a team. I serve the people of the United States and live the Army values.
I am an American soldier.
Okay, I'll only be gone a couple days, Rumi.
Yay.
I put all the important contact info on the fridge.
That's all USAA.
So you can enjoy that sweet, sweet USAA service while I'm gone.
I know how to get in touch with USAA. I can file a claim or chat right in the app.
Good idea. I should add that.
USAA, auto, home, life, and bank.
For people who feel limited by the unpredictability of generalized myasthenia gravis, season to season, Ultomiris is continuous symptom control with improvement in activities of daily living and reduced muscle weakness. And Ultomiris is the only long-acting GMG treatment with the freedom of just 6 to 7 infusions per year for a predictable routine I can count on.
Ultomiris may lower your immune system's ability to fight infections, increasing your chance of serious meningococcal and other infections, which may become life-threatening or fatal. Complete or update meningococcal vaccines at least 2 weeks before you start. If treatment is urgent and you're not vaccinated, you should receive antibiotics with your vaccines. Don't start if you have a meningococcal infection. Infusion reactions may include back, belly, limb, or chest pain, muscle spasms, blood pressure changes, tiredness, shaking chills, bad taste, breathing problems, or face, tongue, or throat swelling. Ultomiris is continuous symptom control. Ask your neurologist about starting Ultomiris.
South Alabama has had a habit of somebody stepping up every game. Tonight, it's that guy, Elijah Ormiston. 8 for 10 from the field. He's only missed twice. He's got 19 points, 3 for 3 from the free throw line as well. He's got 3 rebounds, and Elijah Ormiston has been a key for South Alabama. Now, Marshall used to being in close games, so 62-54 right now. Marshall has had 15 games decided by 10 points or less. They've won 7 of those, so don't think Marshall's going anywhere right now.
Well, it's an experienced team, and you expect that from guys who have played a lot of basketball. They've shown tonight that they can go just as deep as South, but on the defensive end now, this is what Coach Jackson's identity is. You got to find shooters.
Judah Brown 0 for 3.
Tough night for Judah so far.
Yep. 2 3-pointers for South tonight. And now 2 for 10. Meantime, Marshall 10 for 28.
But see, right there, Judah's 0 for 3 from the three-point line, but still playing defense out there, young kids. You got to affect the game however you can. Excellent job by 25 game-winning play.
Great handles by J.J. Wheat to keep it alive. It was good Marshall defense. But the Jags have a chance to reset.
And Wheat's given excellent minutes tonight. No turnovers, 1 rebound, a couple of free throws, couple of buckets, but just been in the mix, especially defensively here as he and he gets a foul there, but it's only the second, so it doesn't hurt you, but you'll take that foul to stop a transition opportunity.
11 minutes, 22 seconds to go. Don't go anywhere. 62-54, South Alabama on top of Marshall. We got a long way to go in Mobile.
With the new Ultimate Hut Bundle, create your ultimate Pizza Hut feast. I got meat lovers and double pepperoni.
Gronk, we got double pep.
I get double pep.
Dude, Bundle Bros!
Bundle Bros!
Bundle Bros!
Build yours starting at $24.99. No one outpizzas the Hut.
I am an American soldier. I am a warrior and a member of a team. I serve the people of the United States and live the Army values.
I am an American soldier.
Okay, I'll only be gone a couple days, Rumi.
Yay.
I put all the important contact info on the fridge.
That's all USAA.
So you can enjoy that sweet, sweet USAA service while I'm gone.
I know how to get in touch with USAA. I can file a claim or chat right in the app.
Good idea. I should add that.
USAA, Auto, Home, Life, and Bank.
For people who feel limited by the unpredictability of generalized myasthenia gravis, season to season, Ultomiris is continuous symptom control with improvement in activities of daily living and reduced muscle weakness. And Ultomiris is the only long-acting GMG treatment with the freedom of just 6 to 7 infusions per year for a predictable routine I can count on.
Ultomiris may lower your immune system's ability to fight infections, increasing your chance of serious meningococcal and other infections, which may become life-threatening or fatal. Complete or update meningococcal vaccines at least 2 weeks before you start. If treatment is urgent and you're not vaccinated, you should receive antibiotics with your vaccines. Don't start if you have a meningococcal infection. Infusion reactions may include back, belly, limb, or chest pain, muscle spasms, blood pressure changes, tiredness, shaking chills, bad taste, breathing problems, or face, tongue, or throat swelling. Ultomiris is continuous symptom control. Ask your neurologist about starting Ultomiris.
Of the 5 best three-point shooters in the conference, 2 of them are on the floor right now. There's Judah Brown, 2nd in the conference. Michael Dawson, 5th right now. It is Dawson getting the better of it outside the arc so far tonight. Dawson 4 of 10 outside the arc. Judah Brown 0 for 3. But if this comes down to a three-point shooting contest, those are the 2 guys you're going to want to look out for. And speaking of, there's Dawson.
Rushed it.
And that was definitely not his best attempt.
Well, he caught it and he was ready to shoot it, but Miles Corey's athleticism was a little bit longer than Dawson anticipated, and then on the way up on the shot just didn't have a handle on it, and it was too late.
Corey goes cross court to Brady.
It's dangerous.
There's Judah Brown. I thought for a second Judah was actually going to take a 2. We don't see that very often. There were a couple of fouls right there on Miles Corey. As Cade Gibbs got him number 1 behind on the back of the head. That one wasn't called. It was the second attempt. There's the one right there. It was that second hit that sends Miles Corey to the free throw line.
Again, the veteran understanding of Miles Corey. Had a bigger guy on him, and you're probably not attacking as much right there if you're not 16 fouls in on Marshall. And so that you're getting a 1-and-1 there. Go force the contact. Shot clock was somewhat running down, and Well, Miles Corey has played really solid tonight. We've seen at times he's been frustrated when he wasn't scoring a lot here and there, but tonight he's clicking on all cylinders. 2 assists, 2 rebounds, 15 points, and 4 for 4 from the line, partner.
Miles Corey, the leading scorer at 14.7 a game. There's a 3-pointer from Wyatt Fricks in the corner.
He has given big minutes for his team. Not a lot of points, but big minutes.
But every time he's shot it, it's been good. He's 2 for 2.
And he's been sneaky good on the defensive end, contesting shots when South Alabama has gone to the rim without Anachili Killen in the game.
There's Judah Brown's 3-pointer, no good. Gibbs with the rebound. Pushing it up the floor quickly is Marshall. There's Spear with a nice drive, and inside, a whistle and a foul as Fricks fouled by Brady. Again, not a bad foul by Brady.
Not a bad foul at all by Brady, and right now, Fricks is just having to pretty much shoulder the load for Marshall on the interior, catching, finishing, defending the rim. You see him get fouled right there, but those 3 fouls on Anachili Killen right now, Marshall is weathering the storm without him. I love how Coach Corny Jackson has been able to utilize his bench, not only get his guys rest on the interior, but also keep them from getting in foul trouble further. There's still 10 minutes to go in the game, and those fouls are starting to add up for Marshall.
And the other thing is you keep Marshall hanging around, then you put Anachili Killen back in, and you got to feel good about where you are despite the fact that you're trailing right now.
Well, and then he'll be rested. So will Martin. You'll see him run the floor and attack the glass, rebounding and free throw shooting. Again, as we talked in the open, could prove to be the difference in the game.
Dawson working on Dunning. Those two have been going at it hard.
Good matchup
Dunning.
here.
Fadeaway jumper,
good
no
defense.
good. Broom trying to keep it alive. Spear comes up with it, gets it to Fricks, and they'll reset Will Marshall.
Von Spear.
Down 5.
Gotta find number 50.
And Spear, no hesitation on the 3. Shot is no good. Battle for the rebound. Brady able to come away with it.
Yeah, you could tell Spear was ready. He hadn't had a touch in a while, and he wanted that one. Might have rushed it just a tad. Again, on the perimeter, Wheat and Corey are contesting every 3-point shot in the second half. Foul.
There's Dunning. Foul on the floor. So before the shot, I believe, there'll be a free throw opportunity either way. They will call it on Mingo. It is on the floor, so a 1-on-1 opportunity for Barry Dunning as Elijah Ormiston will check back in. Randy Brady will take a seat. So Ormiston, who had been on the bench with 19 points, he'll come back. And it's Dunning at the free throw line. He's 3 for 4. In fact, the only miss South Alabama has had from the line tonight was from Barry Dunning. And he does it again. So there's your announcer jinx for you.
It is. South was 14 of 15 before that one, partner. But right now I'm looking at these stats. Marshall came in this game, as we've mentioned, number 2 in the league in free throw attempts. They only have 5 free throw attempts, as you see the nickel and dimer here on Wheat. Doesn't really hurt you. You don't get in foul trouble, but it's still only the 4th team foul on South. South now up 38 to 14 on points in the paint, partner. But at the same time, you've got Marshall, who's made 11 threes to 2, so the discrepancy in free throw shooting and 3-pointers, coupled with the points in the paint, is what is going on with this game right now.
Well, try the alley-oop again.
I don't like that one.
Yeah, again, just not there. It's worked once, but I can think of about 4 times that it hasn't.
I like it, but I don't like it as much with Fricks as I do with Anachili Killen there. And the pass was kind of off, and you could see there that it was just going to be a difficult finish either way for Fricks with one hand.
Now the Jags have gone 4 minutes without a field goal.
Good defense.
Elijah Ormiston trying to change it, can't do it. Dunning battling for the rebound, and it's Dawson able to track it down.
There's the push to see if you can get early offense.
Spear,
good transition defense.
Yeah. Spear directing it. Going to come off a screen from Gibbs.
Marshall's got to penetrate more. They've just been passing the ball around, shooting threes a little bit. Never mind. I'm sorry, Mr. Dawson.
If
I am
it
sorry.
works, you keep doing it. Dawson, his 5th 3-pointer, and we got a 2-point ball game, 64-62.
Me sitting over here telling somebody not to shoot it. How about that?
Yeah, that's true.
Wow.
An 8-0 run by Marshall.
Big matchup.
has cut it to 2. Dunning.
Look at Dawson.
There's Fricks with a block.
Good help.
Chance to tie or take the lead.
Good push.
Gibbs for 3. No. Ormerson with the board.
Get to a guard.
Dunning. A lot of contact, no foul. It'll be Marshall coming away with it. I like the no call there.
I did too. You know, and it was one of those, Ormiston wanted to get it out of his hands, and Barry Dunning was the closest guy to him. Couldn't really get the gather before going up with it.
After this timeout, you got to figure Anichili Killen will come back into the ball game.
Oh, yeah.
Now a whistle and a timeout by Marshall, so they won't even wait for the change of possession. It'll be Marshall basketball when we get back. 7 minutes, 18 seconds to go. We've got a 2-point ball game. Dawson for 3.
With the new Ultimate Hut Bundle, create your Ultimate Pizza Hut feast. I got meat lovers and double pepperoni.
Gronk, we got double pep.
I get double pep.
Dude, Bundle Bros!
Bundle Bros!
Bundle Bros!
Build yours starting at $24.99. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
The Disney Resorts Collection is the most magical place to stay at the most magical place on Earth. And with extra time at any of the 4 theme parks, why would you stay anywhere else? Start saving today.
If you find yourself in a box that can no longer contain you, it's time to find a bigger box. Find your next level at ArmyCivilianCareers.com.
So I have 10 years of hospitality experience.
And a college degree? It just can't be blank. Blank is bad.
So a degree in Dutch poetry would make me more qualified?
Yep.
A zoology degree?
Yep.
Metalsmithing?
Yep.
Poultry science?
Yeah.
Indeed matches you with jobs that actually match your experience.
And what was your major?
Dance.
Oh.
Love will keep us together.
Now for something you can both agree on. A Sleep Number smart bed is perfect for couples. The Climate 360 smart bed is the only bed that cools and warms on each side. And all our smart beds adjust the firmness for each of you. Let's agree to agree on better sleep. And now save 50% on the new Sleep Number limited edition smart bed plus 0% interest for 48 months. Shop now.
Your life is pretty smart. But when it's time to eat, suddenly you feel out of sync. Refresh your routine with Factor. Chef-prepared meals delivered with a tap, ready in 2 minutes. Eat smart with Factor.
3 more road games for the Thundering Herd in this regular season. They'll go to Cajun Country next. And Saturday, taking on the Louisiana Raging Cajuns, then to Old Dominion and App State before hosting Old Dominion and App State. February 28th is the last regular season game before you head to Pensacola, about an hour east of Mobile, for the Sun Belt Conference tournament. And boy, everybody stacked together. That's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
You look at a lot of these conferences around the league, the ASUN, the Sun Belt, the Southern, they're all close, and it's just going to be up in the air to who can get in that tournament and get the best seed and get the win.
There's Cade Gibbs, who gets the tie. We're tied 65 all. Still no Anichili Killen in the lineup.
And that's kind of weird because he actually went to the scores table and then they called him back there probably to run a set with this smaller lineup and cheat one more possession, knowing that the next timeout will also be a media timeout, if I'm not mistaken, unless we just took it there.
Oh, we already had the coaches timeout, so we're not going to have another one until under 4, at least media-wise. But it's a 10-0 Marshall run.
Without the best shot blocker in the league in the game. This small lineup has proven to be a dagger.
There's Dzane Mingo hitting the 3. And boy, making a 13-0 run over the last 4 minutes, 16 seconds. Mingo, who shoots 30% from three-point range, is 2 for 5 tonight. He's got 8 points, and the Thundering Herd has stormed back to take the 67-64 lead.
It's just an experienced guard stepping up and making a big shot. We talked about Dawson earlier. Remember, partner, when it was a 10-point game, Dawson makes the 3, South gets the lead back to 11. Dawson makes another 3 as you see him there in the huddle. South is 14-1 when scoring at least 70 points. They're going to score 70 tonight, it looks like, but you're going to have to get some stops here. Marshall, with the small lineup, has spread South Alabama out, and how about this, partner? 13 of 35 threes attempted tonight by Marshall against this zone. If you're going to beat a zone, you got to shoot it, as you see. Anachili Killen waiting to get back in the game, but right now, I like what Coach Jackson's doing. Go with what's hot, go with what's working.
That one loss when the Jags scored 70. They lost in the opener to Central Michigan 74-70. There's Judah Brown, who can indeed shoot it too.
Hit the brakes, and they'll fly right by.
67-66. Marshall with the lead in the basketball.
How many times do you think you've seen that movie, partner?
Oh, more than I can count.
Is it top 5 most you've ever seen a movie?
Easily.
Great rebound there.
Martin had it knocked loose. J.J. Wheat with a good defensive play, but he knocks it out of bounds. It'll be Marshall basketball. Now you got to think, too, though, when that movie was popular, that's all we had, the VCR. We weren't streaming back then, you know.
You had the silver VCR with the record button, the stop button, the play button. And, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, partner.
What else are you going to do? Let's watch Top Gun again.
Got to love the 80s. Oh, nice Euro.
Right side. Oh, my goodness, what a play to Zane Mingo. He just hit a big three and now drives right baseline, and then a nice reverse layup.
It's been collective. Everyone for this Marshall team. Obviously, Anachili Killen, 18 points and over on the bench for the last 6.5 minutes. Marshall has done this without their big in the middle. There's Brown. It's hard.
Brown's three-pointer is no good. Marshall has outscored South Alabama by 9 here in the second half. I'll slow it down a little bit. We haven't seen that much.
Well, now the mindset somewhat changes a little bit if you're Marshall, but it's just been pitch around, catch and shoot. Look at this in-between jumper. Right now, Mingo's feeling it.
He should. He's 5 of 10 from the field. 2 3-pointers, 10 points, make it 12. 3 rebounds, 5 assists to go with it. And Mingo, who averages 11.7, right on his average. Miles Corey on the other end, way long on the 3. Well, the drought continues for South.
And this is exactly what we saw against Arkansas State when Marshall started getting stops and started making shots. Although it was at home and the crowd, Thundering Herd Green crowd got into it, they stayed tough and they continued to attack the glass. They continued to just find open looks. But bottom line is they're knocking them down, partner. That is deep.
Nope, that's way off the mark. Here comes South.
Got to score this one.
Gives it to Wheat, gives it to Dunning, left hand, it's good.
Excellent patience there by Corey, waiting on his trailer. A lot of times we've seen Corey try to take the contact in. That time waiting on his teammates. Excellent job running the floor by Dunning.
So they've cut it to 3. And Marshall with the basketball. Jags needing a stop here. A lot of time left.
Oh, you got to get
Mingo.
It's been hot.
He actually can miss. But Mingo off the mark, foul underneath on Marshall. It'll be South Alabama ball with a chance to tie it when we get back. 3 minutes, 40 seconds to play. Marshall has stormed back to take the lead, 71-68. Back to Mobile after this.
As a kid, I fell in love with basketball. But early in my career, my world began to close in. It was my first migraine, and it hit hard. I had to dig deep and remember, you don't face challenges alone. By seeking help, I stopped migraine from stopping me. Because true support is knowing someone's got your back. Talk to a doctor about migraine today at PfizerForAll.com.
Marines are made for this. Made for the calling only warriors can answer. Made from an unshakable belief in our nation and a strength that comes from the determination to win together. But you'll have to earn your place among us. Because you don't join the Marines. You become one.
start the bidding at $5 million. Thank you, sir.
These people of privilege, hoarding the financial advantages for far too long.
7.5 at the back.
Look at them,
7.5 at the
unaware that Robin Hood Gold members now enjoy the VIP treatment.
$10 million on the
A
right.
3% IRA match on retirement contributions.
11 million, sir.
Once they discover their privileges are no longer exclusive, their fragile reality will plunge into disarray.
South Alabama will stay home in the Mitchell Center. They'll host Texas State Saturday, then go to Jonesboro, Arkansas State, then to San Marcos, then to Hattiesburg, before returning home for the season finale against Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns on the 28th. Then they'll head to Pensacola, as Mingo has been red hot lately. 12 points total, 5 of 11 from the field, but it's Judah Brown at the free throw line. It's a 1-on-1 situation for Brown. Jags 14 of 16 from the line. Judah Brown doesn't get there very often, but he's usually pretty good. He's 17 of 22 on the season.
And to your point, partner, so far in this game, he is 0 for 5 from the three-point line. When you get to that free throw line, you hear me say it all the time, and you see one go in, let's just see if here later on in the last 3.5 minutes of this game, Judah Brown has one of those open looks. And the other thing is, I want to see him shoot it from the left side of the floor. That's where I feel like he is just a complete assassin. 1-point game at the Mitch.
71-70. 3.5 to go. Swarming defense by the Jags.
Kickball.
Kickball, and they'll reset the shot clock. It was at 14. But if you're Richie Riley, you'll take that, because that's what you want, that swarming defense well outside the three-point line. They're not going to give up anything.
And I like this going back to the 2-3. Out of the half, South Alabama went 1-3-1, same thing happened. In the next possession, out of bounds, it was a three-pointer. Go back to the 2-3, see if it works better this time. That could be illegal. Walk.
Mingo traveled with it. Turnover number 10 for Marshall. But turnovers haven't been a problem for either team, really. That's 10 for Marshall, just 5 for South Alabama. And that was just a little bit of contact. But,
you know, it's a conference game.
Yeah,
one-point game.
I think this has been officiated very, very nicely.
I mean, I think just let the boys play.
Let the players
that's
play.
what they say. Look
Ormiston.
at this guy. Look at this guy.
The night continues. 21 points, and he's got a chance for a free throw here.
Oh my, wow. Up and under with a little twist of English. Watch this ball spinning. Watch this spin when he gets it up on the rim. Didn't need it, didn't touch anything. Eli Ormiston balling out.
So a 1-point lead for the Jags. They can make it 2 here. Ormiston's free throw is good. It's 73-71. Under 3 to play.
You talk about a big-time play at the right time. Now back to the 1-3-1 for South Alabama. Got to find these shooters.
There's Anachili Killen going outside to Mingo. Mingo will drive right side. And a little English of his own ties it at 73.
And he didn't settle. Coach Corny Jackson wanted a foul there. Might have got hit on the arm, but right now, not going to get the ticky-tacks. It's a tie game through 2 8-4 teams, second place in the Sun Belt, battling at the Mitch.
J.J. Wheat up top. He'll drive left side. Wheat fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. The foul goes on Jalen Spear.
Partner, we talked about free throws. We talked about rebounds. Right now, Marshall out-rebounding South by 6. But you see, yeah, that's contact. That is a foul almost straight up with Spear, but to no avail. And it comes down to this South. I'm not saying it. Not saying it, partner.
I'll tell you that J.J. Wheat's a 72% free throw shooter. I'll tell you that. That's all I'm going to tell you. I'm just going to stop right there.
You'll go back. So you remember when you were watching Top Gun?
What other Top Gun references?
I always thought. Were you big on the? You've lost that love and feeling.
Oh, yeah.
Did you like that scene? That was a good one. I don't know. That was one I thought they could have used a different song. A lot of people have always disagreed with me on that. I'm just trying to make something up so we don't have to talk about what's about to happen. That was a bad take on my part.
Let's talk about John Broome.
There we go. John Broome back in the game. Here we go.
2 minutes, 20 seconds to go. J.J. Wheat has 2. First is good.
We're coachable. We are coachable, Richie Riley.
Hey, and Marshall fans will do the same for you.
Absolutely.
This is not a one-sided broadcast here.
Now, and you watch some broadcasts, it will be one-sided. This one isn't, but you know, again, let the players play. We're trying not to take the ball out of their hands. We got a 2-point game, partner. Right, back and forth.
Now I can say it. Jags 19 of 21 from the free throw line. Wheat 6 of 6. 75-73. Crowd into it.
Got a foul to give.
Going right at the teeth of the student section here at Mobile.
Trap. Yes.
And it's a push on Ormiston.
I think that's a good call, partner.
I agree.
It's a little over anxious there and didn't have to. Maybe a little bump, but that's only the 6th. So everybody okay, got a side out. Maybe only the 5th.
That's only the 5th, yeah.
Only the 5th, so you still
have one to play with.
A huge deal in this game. We've talked about it, the ability to play without fouling. Free throws we talked about early in this game. Only 5 free throws for Marshall. Huge possession.
Mingo up top, gives it to Fricks. Inside.
Got to score that.
Nate Martin. Whistle and a foul, and Martin will go to the free throw line. We're going to call Elijah Ormiston his 2nd foul in about 15 seconds or so. So that's going to be 4 on Elijah Ormiston. So that's something to be aware of. Yeah, there's that way too much arm contact right there by Ormiston.
Yeah, I didn't see the early arm contact. At the end, it ended up, it almost was a jump ball, but only the 6th free throw tonight for Marshall. And how about Martin walking up? Talked about him early. He's been a good free throw shooter as of late. Only 52% on the season, but he's made them when it counted. Right now, no more important time.
Martin, the senior from Houston. Now we won't jinx him. He's
Absolutely.
2 for 2. And 6 of 7 from the free throw line is Marshall.
And you see Judah Brown coming back in the game. Coach Richie Riley going offense, defense. You'll see him come in with Broom on defensive possessions, Judah Brown on offense.
Timeout South Alabama, so the Jags have 1. Marshall has 1. We're tied at 75. Ormiston's 22 points, by the way, ties his season high, and that was against Arkansas State back in January.
And the thing about Ormiston tonight, 32 minutes, partner. He's not used to playing that many minutes, and it has not affected his intensity. No romming this evening. Brady only playing 7 minutes. That means he's got to play all those minutes inside. 35 minutes for Dunning, 32 minutes inside for Ormiston. Going with length this evening and more athleticism has paid off for Coach Richie Riley. Now you just got to close the game.
So Ormiston with 22, Corey and Dunning with 15. Marshall as a team, 13 3-pointers to just 2 for South Alabama. Marshall 13 of 38. I'm going to remind you of the Arkansas State game. I think the Red Wolves shot it 49 times from outside the arc. We said coming in, Marshall's going to have some open 3-point attempts. They've done a pretty good job of knocking them down, 34% outside the arc. They average 32%, so a little bit above what they've been doing most of the season. But it's South Alabama with the basketball. 1.5 minutes to go. Ormiston.
Back to this matchup. Back to this matchup.
Got a lot of confidence. Elijah Ormiston.
Man, either hand, get to your jump stop, can go over the right or left shoulder. He may be the most improved player since conference play started this season. Big
3
one.
for the lead. No good.
Get Frick.
Corey able to track it down. Jags on top by 2. Under a minute to go. South will take some air out of it. But you got to get some points here.
You only got 1 timeout left if you're South, so you're going to play this out. Get Miles Corey going down here. We're going to have a double ball screen action. Maybe Judah Brown popping back. But it's going to be Miles Corey.
It's a 1-possession game for
going
now.
Left.
There's Corey. Can't get it to go. Here comes Marshall. Chance to tie or take the lead here. And we got 6-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Mingo into the corner.
Foul to give.
Mingo will take the long 3. No good.
Oh, my.
Tip back. No. Martin. No. Dawson to Mingo again. Shot clock is off. And a chili killing. Turn around. No, it's Barry Dunning with the goaltend.
They'll look at it, I think, but I think it was a goaltend, but I'm sure they're going to look at it.
Well, Dunning insisted that it wasn't, but to the naked eye, I thought it was.
Yeah, I would be doing the same thing if I was Barry Dunning. And it was an excellent block, but just might have gotten there a smidge too late. Partner, you call it. Let's see. It's coming down.
It's coming down. So they will take a look at it. The call on the court is that it is a bucket. Tie it at 77. So they're going to take a look and make sure that it was indeed a goaltending call as the USA chants happening from the student section here at the Marshall bench.
All right, so we just got clarification. Yes, they are going to look at the goaltend, of course, by rule. And it looks like it is a goaltend, but they're also going to look at the clock to see how much time is left. Will it be 11-1? Will you add? Will you not? So if you're Coach Richie Riley here, do you just play this out, or do you dribble it down and set up something in the half court? I don't really know. As much success as Ormiston has had on the block, I could see you calling a timeout here. So with the clock, it's going to be, there's the block.
And you're looking at 12-0, 12-1
You'll
maybe?
get 1 second put back on the clock.
And if I'm Coach Richie Riley in South Alabama, I'm going to play one shot. And worst case scenario, you're going to overtime. And we'll see if indeed that is where we'll go. 11-1 still on the clock for now. Are they changing it?
They are changing it to 12.1.
Yep.
And it's exactly right, as KB Burdett all over it here. The explanation as we see it. Barat.
So the Jags with 12-1 to play, tied at 77. They can play for the last shot here. Elijah Ormiston on the court with 24.
One thing here, partner, to be careful of. You gotta make sure you don't go too quick if you're Corey. It will be a ball screen action. Don't get an illegal screen as you see the matchup down low with Ormiston.
Yeah, and a chili killing is gonna be on Ormiston. 8 seconds, 7. Miles Corey, J.J. Wheat, ball's loose. Wheat gonna have to fire it up from 3, no good off the iron. Let's play extra. Going to OT, a lot of credit to Marshall defensively, not giving South Alabama a good look at the bucket, and we will go to overtime. So we'll take a break here in Mobile. Overtime coming up next. It's Marshall and South Alabama tied at 77.
Consumer Reports has named the 2025 most reliable automotive brand, Subaru. It's no surprise they also named Subaru the best overall automotive brand.
Get 2.9% APR for 72 months on a new Subaru Outback during the Subaru A Lot to Love event going on now.
With 77-75 when Barry Dunning got called for the goaltend. And then the last 6 seconds, it was knocked loose. Great job by Jacob Gibbs to be able to knock it loose. South Alabama didn't get a good look at it. And so that's where we are as we head to overtime. Now, the last time South Alabama was in OT here, it was against Old Dominion January 11th, and they lost 71-63.
So we were just informed, partner, that there will be no media timeout in overtime. Both teams have one timeout remaining, but we're going to play this thing completely through and see where it goes. But you know, both teams in second place. Been some highs, been some lows during this conference season. But man, these two teams just going after each other, pretty evenly matched tonight, partner.
Absolutely. How fun is Pensacola going to be? That's going to be some great basketball.
I went over there last year and just watched it. You know, Appalachian State and James Madison were the class of the league last year, with James Madison winning the tournament and then Mark Byington moving on to Vandy. But it's wide open this year, and I think a lot of teams, you know, you got Troy sitting there that wants a piece of everybody. Arkansas State It's going to be great.
Ormston, turnaround jumper good.
I mean, he is just taking it to the top shot blocker in the league. But the key is, partner, he's catching the ball so deep. And he's just able to utilize his length around the rim and protect himself from the shot blocker by using the rim.
So the Jags draw first blood. Mingo from 3, no good.
Oh, man.
Offensive board, Dawson. Mingo, nice dish. Here's Anachili Killen. Doesn't miss that shot very often, but he does there. Defensive board goes to J.J. Wheat.
And it looked like Mingo, something happened on that rebound, may have hurt his right shoulder. Let's keep an eye on that. Nice Wheat!
J.J. Wheat gives South Alabama a 5-point lead. And I was looking at the same thing. Mingo still appears to be okay, but he was hobbling just a little bit. He's got the basketball now. Here's Dawson inside to Martin. Dawson loves the 3, and he hits it.
Big
Dawson's
shot.
6th three-pointer. It's 81-80 South.
Wow. I mean, just daggers when his team, that's the 3rd three-pointer at a huge time for Dawson. Senior.
Ormston. Working on Martin.
That's got to be something.
Turnaround Jay is a air ball, but Barry Dunning goes on the back of Nate Martin. Martin's going to give him a little bit of space, and it'll be Barry Dunning going to the free throw line.
Yeah, Anachili Killen lucky he didn't get a foul. This is the end of the play. But right there, just that's really tough for Fricks. You know, head was turned, and you know, Dunning could see, and he couldn't. But again, free throw shooting is a big deal.
81-80. Dunning has 2. First one's no good. Dunning hit a free throw to beat Troy here in the Mitchell Center about a month ago. The Jags had a big lead over Troy at halftime. Trojans came back and actually took the lead, and then South Alabama had some critical free throws down the stretch. Barry Dunning making the last one. Second of 2. That one's good. And so it's a 2-point ball game, 82-80. When Old Dominion played here in overtime, South Alabama didn't score. So this one a much more entertaining overtime as they'll get J.J. Wheat on the foul. Trying to get it inside to Martin. And it'll be Wheat's, his 3rd personal. Now the only player that's in foul trouble for South Alabama is Ormston, who's got 4. Spear, by the way, is on the bench with 5 for Marshall, so he is done for the night. So here comes Martin. Martin with 13 rebounds, just 4 points. That's a big one there to make it 5. One more with a chance to tie it.
James Madison has already won tonight. One of those teams that's in 2nd place. App State has also won tonight. ODU going to be 2 games back after they have lost on the road at Georgia Southern. So this game is turning out to be even bigger than we thought.
A game-winning play there to keep it alive for Marshall. They'll get another opportunity off the missed free throw. Inside to Martin, outside to Mingo. Fricks to Mingo, fade away, no good. Ormston there for the board. 5 rebounds for Elijah Ormston. The Jags clinging to a 1-point lead, 82-81. Just north of 2.5 to go.
A mismatch. It's got to be a foul. That's 4.
That's a foul on Anachili Killen. Now that's 4 for him. And that'll send Miles Corey to the free throw line.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's really upset. That's 2 hands.
Yeah.
And he's saying that, and yes, he's right that Miles Corey grabbed his elbow and used that as leverage, but it was after the 2 hands. Anytime you put 2 hands as a defender on a dribbler, it's going to get called in college.
Miles Corey with 15 points. That'll make it 16.
14 more free throw makes tonight, partner, for the Jags.
Now, conversely, 14 made 3-pointers for Marshall and only 2 for South.
I see what you did there.
Like that?
I we got that.
So 84-81.
Talk to me, Goose.
Marshall down 3. They have the ball. Fricks going inside to Martin. Double teamed on the baseline. There's Mingo. Dawson. Doesn't miss many threes, but he misses that one. A whistle and a foul on the floor. If that is against Ormiston, that's 5.
It is, and there's just nothing he could really do there. And an excellent sell by Martin. Got caught up and really sold it that he was being held a little bit, and it was just kind of a bang-bang play that's not going to go the Jags' way. Watch this here on the rebound. You can't really see it there. It was sold, completely sold by Martin. Tough angle for the official. Marshall gets the call.
So that's going to put a lot on Randy Brady, who will come into the ball game now. Brady is 0 for 2 from the field, and he's the one that will take Elijah Ormiston's spot. We'll take another look at it. Ormiston number 3, a good box out there, but then all the contact underneath.
And you see the arm on top. It was a foul on, if you see the arm on top, not really a hook and hold, but it was kind of a hold, and I really believe the official, I think he got that one right, partner, in a game like this. Barat Rahman right there on the call.
So Ormiston exits the ball game with 26 points, 11 of 15 shooting. He was perfect at the free throw line, also had 5 rebounds. Martin trying to cut it to 1, can't do it. And there's Brady, talking about him making an impact, gets the board. It's 84-82, South Alabama with the lead in the ball. Now timeout Richie Riley. So everybody gets one.
They gave a timeout, and
yes.
They just put it up a minute ago. It was 1 for both, and now it shows you do get the extra timeout. So 2, now 1 for South. And what do you do here? If you're Richie Riley here, I think you're going to see South play through Brady a little bit.
We'll see what's happened in overtime. You had the turnaround jumper by Ormiston, and then J.J. Wheat bringing it up the court for South Alabama. Nice little explosion, and then going right and finishing with the left. But Marshall has had the answers too. Dawson from 3-point range. That one was a big 3-pointer. This one's going back and forth. 7 points for the Jags, 5 for Marshall in overtime. And with 2 minutes, 4 seconds, we got a long way to go. Marshall will have 2 timeouts to work with. South now with 1. Somebody's going to earn a hard-earned 9th win in the conference tonight.
Yeah, it's just, it's conference basketball, partner. And, you know, you see it. And then now both of these teams coming up, Marshall will be traveling over to Louisiana to play, and South will be back at home against Texas State. So if you're Marshall, and you would feel like that they should beat Louisiana, if you can get out of here, you feel pretty good on that bus heading over to a game that you're probably going to be a favorite in. But here we go playing through Brady.
He'll get it to
Look
Dunning.
how deep he posted, though. I love this.
Dunning.
He posted deep.
Up and under Barry Dunning. 18 points.
Just
86-82.
Just can't say enough about the toughness of South Alabama on the interior. Good timeout there by Coach Jackson, I think.
Coach Jackson wants to call a timeout. I've been watching him all night. You know, he was a great player for Marshall. He looks like he can still play. I wouldn't want to guard him.
He and his, I didn't talk about it earlier, but he and his team and staff, they've got great shoe game. There's no question about that. And most guys who have shoe game can play a little bit. But like, it's just an astonishing stat to me that he started and played in every single game that he was ever on campus at Marshall. That's not something that happens a whole lot. But he's one of those 4 coaches in the league. Coach Richard being one, Jay Ladner being one, and the other, I can't remember, maybe you could help me, that played at their alma mater in the Sun Belt Conference and was an assistant for the last 5 or 6 years, getting his opportunity. First-year coach, and also coach at Old Dominion as well.
Yes.
They've all come into their own, and it's a familiar face over there for a lot of fans, and you can tell. I mean, he's got this team playing well, and I don't think anybody's going to want to play them in the Sun Belt tournament.
Thundering Herd down 4. There's Dawson. Cross court now to Mingo. Oh, and a miscommunication as Fricks was going outside the 3-point line. Dawson thought he was going toward the bucket. That's a big turnover. Only the 11th of the game, but that one almost counts as 5, doesn't it?
It does, and shoot the ball. Dawson's ready to catch the ball and shoot right there. He has been an assassin when his team has been down and needed him. And that time trying to run the play, miscommunication. just kind of an in-between area. They were trying to get the ball to Fricks and run something from that short corner, and South did a good job of somewhat denying it, and the miscommunication causes a huge, huge turnover here. It's the 11th turnover for Marshall. South with only 5.
86-82. Boy, a 2 or even a 3 would be big time for South Alabama right here. Shot clock at 8. Corey is going to get a push off. Yeah.
And how about the move of Coach Jackson to put length, offense, defense. He went with Gibbs to come off the bench, who can guard guards, and got on that right hand. Watch him sit on that right hand. He gets over and cuts the spot of the right hand. Excellent defensive play, game-winning play defensively.
And as soon as you get that arm extension, you're going to get that call every time.
Yes, shoot the ball, man.
For 3. No, too hard. John Broome is there. J.J. Wheat fouled. And Coach Jackson looking at Dawson saying, why are you shooting that? He didn't like that shot.
He didn't like it, and then the thing with Dawson was last time you should have shot it. This time you rushed it a little bit. I actually didn't mind the shot. It wasn't really that contested, but at the same time, that early in the shot clock, when you're down 4, Coach Jackson probably wanted to be a little bit more methodical. But you can't really. 18 points tonight for Dawson. He's 6 of 16 from that 3-point line. And Coach Jackson just saying, yeah, probably could have got a better one, but those 2 possessions there just uncharacteristic of Dawson to not take the needed shot for his team. And you see Coach Jackson coaching him up.
Big miss there by J.J. Wheat. 2nd of 2 also misses. Wow. Jags haven't missed many, but those are 2 big misses to keep it at a 4-point game. It's been over 3 minutes since Marshall has a field goal in overtime. Fricks going for 3. No good. Broome with the rebound. Whistle and a foul, and John Broome will go to the free throw line. Boy, Marshall has just gone ice cold in overtime.
Yeah, they're 1 for about their last 8. 0 for 5 here. It's overtime.
No field goals in the last 3:09. And now John Broome will go check that. It'll be Randy Brady going to the free throw line. Brady is 77% free throw shooter.
Partner, how about 52 points in the paint for South tonight? Outscoring Marshall by 32. Maybe we need to start telling them they're going to miss it since they've missed a few in a row, and then now. South now 22 of 27 from the line, 22 of 28 from the line.
But they have missed 3 straight. That's a fact.
That is a fact. That's a fact.
2nd of 2.
There we go.
It's good. 87-82.
So go get something quick right here if you're Marshall. Whether it's a 3 or a 2, I think you can still attack the rim hard. I love saving the time, but now you got to go score really quick.
Mingo, Dawson, playing a little inside-out action. There's Mingo for 3. He misses.
Broome.
Board from John Broome, and he's fouled by Michael Dawson.
Well, partner, I'll say something about number 14 as I get ready to go do the state championship tournament legacy AHSAA in Birmingham the next couple of weeks. I watched John Broome get a lot of rebounds like that in 2 state championship runs when it mattered for his team. He hasn't played all the offensive game tonight we usually see. He hasn't scored. He's actually only taken 2 shots. Now the opportunity to step up and make 2 enormous free throws to possibly close this thing out. As it gets to a 3-possession game under 30, you like your chances if you're the Jags.
Broome makes them both. It's 89-82. Marshall's got to get something quickly. Mingo outside to Dawson. 3-pointer not there. Broome another rebound. Boy, that's a bunch of misses from Marshall here in overtime.
Bunch of misses. Maybe some tired legs a little bit on the road, but John Broome high-pointing the basketball. How about just made his first 2 free throws for 2 points, but don't ever mistake. How about these game-winning stats? 8 assists, 2 steals, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals for John Broome in 29 minutes with a chance to put this thing away at the line.
quick look at the play-by-play. I think it's been 6 missed three-pointers. 6 missed three-pointers for Marshall here in overtime.
Yeah, and all except the one from Dawson have all been short rim. And John Broome getting rebounds, closing out games. Looks very familiar. The only difference is he's in red, white, and blue instead of gold and blue.
John Broome.
And that's a Jacksonville reference, by the way.
Jacksonville
High school.
Jacksonville, Alabama. 91-82, the chance of USA resounding through the Mitchell Center as Fricks misses from three-point range. And Coach Jackson telling his team, let it go. And that's going to do it. Boy, what an entertaining ball game. South Alabama and Marshall both coming in 8-4 in conference play. It took extras, but the sigh of relief coming from the South Alabama side as the Jags have won it 91-82. This is a big win for the South Alabama program.
The energy was back that we saw early in the year. We saw a lull for 3 or 4 games from South to go on the road and then come back home and lose a couple in a row to Louisiana. Monroe, you think you're supposed to win those games, but South on all cylinders tonight. 2-game homestand, Texas State coming in. Nice win for Richie Riley's team.
Look, if you're Marshall, you're still a force to be reckoned with. It's going to be anybody's tournament when we get to Pensacola.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody's going to want to see that experienced veteran team in Pensacola. But tonight, for the South Alabama Jags, it was just enough defense and just enough free throw shot making to get the win.
Jags improved to 17-8 overall, 9-4 in conference play. Marshall drops to 15-11 overall, 8-5 in the Sun Belt Conference. Boy, this was an entertaining one. Richie Riley went into the student section and thanked the fans for helping them bring this one home. So for Bart Height, Shine Pat Greenwood saying so long from the Mitchell Center in Mobile. The final, South Alabama 91, Marshall 82 in overtime. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. We thank you for watching. This has been a presentation of ESPN.